Hi there guys, how's it going? So it is the 13th of the 6th month of the year, therefore it's time to do an Organization 13 event against the 6th member, Zexion. So let's go ahead and try and take this guy on. I've gone in a couple of times just to sort of scope out the event itself and see if I can figure out the gimmick. Usually every month it really does help to purchase the Organization 13 medal of that month to try and help out. This month though, I don't necessarily know that we need to. If you are able to have like other medals, anyway, we'll talk about it as soon as we get into it. Essentially, we're going to be fighting against Zexion himself, but he's going to be flanked by a Barrier Master. The Barrier Master, which I just did a test on then, seems more or less impervious to damage. I suppose I didn't really try it with negative aerial defense and -7 general defense, but I was really unable to do any damage to him, even at like -7s across the board and with a negative aerial trait. So, and that was only at level 1. I assume it's only going to get worse, but it is completely impervious to fixed damage medals, like for example Illustrated Aron. So let's go ahead and launch that off, and then we go, so we take him out pretty much immediately. And I think that's going to be the key to solving this. So the Zexion Plus medal given away, well not given away, but available for purchase this month, is a fixed damage medal. So they definitely do want you to purchase it. It also comes attached with a Paralysis Plus 2 max skill or something. I don't know what it's called. But it's a skill that will inflict paralysis. The skill will trigger 100% of the time at max level. It doesn't necessarily mean that paralysis will be inflicted every single time. The ratio of that happening is dependent on basically how strong the enemy is, and I believe it caps out at level 2000 unless they raise it for this particular skill. But I don't necessarily know that you're going to need to purchase Zexion Plus to get through this. I think Zexion Plus is going to be really friggin' useful in PvP, so you might want to consider that. But just for now, we're going to try and get through and see if we can do it without it, which would be a pretty cool way of saving jugs, because I do want to get this medal just to have the resource. Like, it's always nice to have more defensive options, and to be perfectly honest, I really need help in PvP. I'm garbage right now in PvP, and I think getting this medal with extra attack would really help. We'll talk about that in the medal breakdown in a little bit. For now, we're just going to go over the event itself and see if we can't get through without it. So I happened to pull an Illustrated Aron a little while ago. It's not guilted or anything. It has literally 1 dot, no skills, no nothing. It's pretty much just a blank Illustrated Aron. But the point is that it deals fixed damage, which is what we really need here. So I'm thinking that if you have either an Illustrated Aron or potentially something like the Man in Black from that high score challenge, which I didn't get myself personally, but maybe some older players might have it. Anything with fixed damage, like, I mean, Illustrated KH2 Kari wouldn't be so bad if not for the fact that it deals fixed damage, but it's still quite weak. So you may be able to do it, but it would just take you a fair bit longer. I don't even know how much he retaliates, like, damage-wise yet. We're going to find that out pretty soon. God, I'm really sorry about my Elgato, by the way. So he's gaining a little bit of health each time. So, what, he had about half a bar on the first turn, and he's down to about, what, nearly a full bar now. So I assume by, you know, level 2,500 or 3,000, whatever it ends up getting to, it's going to have a fair bit, and it's going to take more than one cast of Aron to let that off, but nothing really too troubling so far. I'm pretty much rocking just the strongest medals that I have. They're AoE for the most part, but that's just because what I pulled for. Like Sayers Plus from last month is obviously a huge win. Like, even without being, I have no reverse buffs or debuffs whatsoever, but it's just bang, big hitter. Like, even without, like, even sitting on a potentially a mostly upright keyblade is still doing huge damage, which is my fairy stars there that you can see. Okay, so I've now well and truly reached a point where I don't believe that my Illustrated Aron is going to be able to take out. No, it hasn't. So this is round 8 or 9, I believe, and the Barrier Master did not fall down from Illustrated Aron first turn. So now what's going to happen? I assume that the pet is still on. It's still going to be able to provide fixed damage for me, so I might still be able to take it out at the end of the turn. But the only thing is, what is it? Oh boy. What is Zexion himself going to do? And wow, he took literally 0 damage from that. Oh crap, okay, I better stop using attacks then, because he ain't doing squat. Interesting. And horrifying. Okay, so he significantly buffed himself up just then. Wow, look at all those resistances. Okay. So, we need to go in and hopefully take out the Barrier Master now, which should then dispel Zexion. Okay, nice. And now we should be able to rock in and hopefully deal some damage to him. Because now my buffs and debuffs should be able to, like, apply to him and do more than 0 damage. Okay, yeah. Thank Christ, I'm actually dealing damage now. I was scared for a minute there. It is still a little bit worrying though, because if he goes ahead and buffs up quite significantly, that might be a bit of a problem. Okay, is it going to be worse? Let's tap him and use him. Why is that only dealing? Oh, because it restores 3 gauges, right? I keep forgetting about that. Okay, yeah, that was a smarter move to use Axel there instead of to use the second attack of KHUx. So hopefully it doesn't get buffed up too much. He didn't get buffed up at all. Great, okay. So we're not going to use R on here because the fixed damage is not too important. Paralyzed though, which is really not pleasant. Hopefully I can get away with it. I think we're okay. I think it only lasts 3 attacks, so hopefully we're okay. It doesn't, but we're still able to attack, mercifully, thank you. Okay, I'm still paralyzed, but still attacking, so... Don't know quite what's going on here, but I'm happy for it either way. Gonna throw off a quick Nova here, and I might actually make this one. I think I'm not gonna make it. Shucks. Because he's gonna attack again now. Okay, I didn't actually do that much though. Maybe if we had some defensive debuffs, and this is literally... If you hadn't figured it out by now, this is where Zexion Plus comes in, because not only does it do that really nice fixed damage, but it also has the chance of paralysis, but also buffs up your own defenses. So if we had a decent amount of defense built up by that point, we might have lived it. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and attempt round 10 with the same strategy as before. I'm really hoping that we can take it out without having to go ahead and dip into the pools if we don't have to. Like I said, I do want this medal, but like the medals that come with it aren't really that good. Like I usually like pulling for a deal like this because personally I like picking up, you know, 2 copies of each of the guaranteed medals that come along with it and making really, really powerful copies of that. Like in my case, I've already got a really good set of almost all of those, but in your guys' set, I think it's a really, really good deal if you don't have those like essential medals that aren't necessarily like the strongest medals in the game right now, but are still absolute like really core, fantastic damage dealing medals that'll get you quite far, and like you don't have the best possible traits on them just yet. Alright, I gotta stop using Lexaeus there, and hopefully Sora still does damage here. Okay, luckily Sora still does. This KHUx, however, will not, so there's no point in using it. And I'm going to use Axel twice more because he actually deals damage. I think I'm going to pull on it anyway because that was the plan for this year. Basically, keep pulling on all the Organization 13 medals, and because more defensive options is always good. I am kind of lacking like between HD Zexion and Vexen Plus. I've got pretty good defensive options for PvP, but I could always use more. So. Okay, so we used R on that time, and that worked out well for us. We are running pretty short on SP though, so hopefully this works out in our favor. Luckily, I've got a negative SP reduction skill on that one there. Sora's quite costly at 4, but oh well. Hopefully this still works out. I've got an SP reduction skill on him as well, and obviously I got extra attack on him. Luckily for me. Hopefully 2,000 bars is enough to the point where I can take this out in 2 turns. Just as long as I don't get paralyzed again on this turn. He keeps swiping there. That's really interesting. And no paralysis, which means we should be in the... Stop! Damn it! I keep forgetting to not use R on here. That's really dumb. That may have cost me, actually. Because I really, really need all the SP I can get, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm really used to like the next turn starting off quite easily, and like with a medal that I'm happy to use in the back. What's he on? He's on -6, so it's probably smarter for me to not use him there, but to use him because that only costs 1, and that way I can definitely use Axel on the back. Okay, yeah. This should be fine. Okay, well we got past that one as well, with some mistakes, so we could maybe even get a bit further. Okay, well we got past round 10. Okay, let's keep pushing forward then. Alrighty, so I'm probably going to skip the last attempt in the video. I'm just going to attempt this one more time. I've learned a few things though. Every single time when I've said I've accidentally used Lexaeus Plus, turns out that was a good thing though, because I just got to the 3rd turn of nearly killing Zexion then, and the counter actually ran out over his head. And one of the effects of Lexaeus is that it adds to the counter, so I was accidentally making it easier on myself by using Lexaeus. Even though it cost me some SP, it let me actually beat the challenge, ironically enough. So I think I can still pull this off, because even though he beat me last time, if I just play really smart. So ironically enough, I think I actually do. Okay, he's got 8 on his head right now. So if I tap 1, 2, 3, 4, if I tap the Barrier Master right now, that's 1 to the counter that doesn't get spent on Zexion that did before. So I'm going to use Sora right now. Tap there. And I may as well give him a tap there as well. Just to be extra sure. Just to be extra sure. Okay. Okay, so if for some reason you're copying pretty much what I'm doing exactly, which, given that it's a red counter, you may be in a similar situation if you have like 2 extra attack medals in your deck and using Kari twice to copy her. If you're using stained glass medals, you might be in a bit of trouble though, because that counter is obviously going to go down a lot faster. Okay, did I get paralyzed? I did, unfortunately. But that's okay, because I'm going to use Aaron now, take out the Barrier Master. Jesus Christ, what is happening? Okay, jump back in with Kyrie and the copy of Kyrie to get that gauge back up a little bit, as well as the counter. And now we more or less just pray, because we have 4,000 bars of HP to take out in a very small amount of turns. Got to worry about that SP running out, and we have to worry about that counter over his head. But I think I've done it right now, where he has +5 right now. It's going to go down to +3. And then as soon as this attack is over, I'm going to press auto to make sure Aaron doesn't get cast at the start of next turn. Okay, I'm up to 3 bars. So I was at this point in my last attempt right now, but he only had 1 left over his head. So as soon as I tapped with Aaron, it was all over. But I didn't get paralyzed. Beautiful. This is going to be the run then. So I'm going to tap right here and more or less let auto do its thing after this, because I need the gauge reduction here, sorry, the SP reduction here, as well as the gauge reduction. Lexaeus doing a big old donk on his head. Ooh, we're going to be close. We're going to be real close. So I can either use Sora twice. Crap. 900 bars. I don't think I do. I don't know that I can do 900 bars. I may have needed to not use him. Crap. But if I tap twice, I might have enough to use Axel once. But Axel's not going to do 900 bars on its own. Oh well. Okay, I can definitely use this. And I really wish I could just afford to use this guy once. But I can't. That's a shame. Okay, I'm going to have to do 900 bars in one attack, which I don't think is possible, but here we go. Oh, it is! Ooh, success. Lucky success right there. Very, very fortunate. So we just got through that one there, luckily enough. I don't know if it's going to be possible to go any further than this, just because he's going to get a lot more HP. But can I play any smarter than what I just did? I mean, if I had more SP, I wouldn't have to worry about skipping attacks. That might be the limit. That might be pretty much where it caps out. Like, I got so freaking lucky with Axel at the end there. I don't think I used any unnecessary attacks. Unfortunately, I had to use... I mean, maybe I didn't have to use Final Form Sora right at the end there. And if I didn't use Final Form Sora, because that guy is costing me 4 bars, then I could have used 2 casts of KHUx 16 and then at least 1 cast of Axel. I got the best of both worlds, so I'll try round 12. But if we can get to round 11, honestly, and that's where we have to stop before we do some pulls, that's pretty good. That's pretty freaking good. Alrighty, so we're going to attempt round 12 out of 13. I assume this is going to be the final attempt, though. I don't think we're going to be able to get much further than this. Like, if Zexion's counter has gone down at all, or if his HP has climbed to the point where we really just can't touch him, then it's going to be a bit of trouble. But apart from that, I don't think it's going to be too many issues. I think we're going to be okay. We probably will have to do some pulls, though, or either do some pulls or go ahead and guild our Aaron. I'm at the point where I'd rather do the pulls than spend 6 Mickey and Brooms on a medal that I use very, very situationally. Like I said at the start of the video, oh god, 3 enemies. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so alright, let's look at what's happened here. So the second Barrier Master has like 13 bars of HP. Okay, that might help actually, because if Zexion's going to keep buffing himself up, then if we kill the second Barrier Master on the second turn, he's going to lose all these debuffs again. So that might be a good thing, to be perfectly honest. Let's see if Sora can still do any damage. Final Form Sora still does any damage on that turn whatsoever. Okay, we should still be able to avoid using Lexaeus there just to save the SP. Chop, chop, chop. Does a little bit of damage still. KHUx 16 is going to do nothing. Just going to share the hits around a little bit. And Axel should still do some damage to our little friend here. Okay, well, it's going to come close. Well, no, okay, no, we can't take this out. There's definitely no way we can take this out. If I had a Gilded Aron, yes, because the first Barrier Master would be dead, and the second one would be close to death, which is pretty much all we need. But no, there's no way. Okay. So the first one's going to die now. Yep. But the second one's still going to take more than 2 turns to kill anyway. So unless we kill Zexion right now, which there's no way we can. It's all over. But that's fine, okay? We got 11 rounds done without having to do any pulls whatsoever. And we just had our usual setup. Damn it, stop it. Idiot. Idiot. No, right. Okay, that's doing damage now, right? Okay. I'm happy to deal some damage there and see what happens. Again, there's physically no way I can take it out unless, unless Zexion dies right here, which I don't think is going to happen. Obviously, it's not going to happen. Chop, 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 chop. Because I'm going to have to use Aron again in the next turn, which is going to mean 1 less on the counter again. And 2 less SP to play with. Bloody hell. -7 across the board. Ouchie, ouch, ouch. Okay, so what do we know? Well, we're obviously going to have to do some pulls. That's pretty acceptable, though. I didn't get paralyzed again. Oh, okay. 2,300 bars of HP, I think. So I'm just going to look around my camera, which is sitting in front of my screen. Well, we'll give it a go, at least. We'll give it our best. Oh, hang on. Do we want to use Sora here? I don't think we do. But he only has -1 general defense. I didn't even pay attention there. No. Okay, Lexaeus did nothing. Okay, so that sucks then. Lexaeus did nothing because his general defense was too high, meaning that we have to use Sora here anyway to bring the general defense down, meaning that we have no SP to keep attacking him. Okay. We have reached the point at which we cannot go any further without a gilded copy of either Zexion Plus, preferably, or I suppose Illustrated Aron in a pinch, or I guess the Man in Black. Any other fixed damage metal, I think, is going to be too weak at this point to carry you any further. Yeah, no, I can't see anything else. I mean, maybe like some of the 7 stars that I haven't explored yet could do good fixed damage, but I doubt anything's going to do over 10 bars. So I'm pretty happy with the stopping point though. We got really, really far without doing any pulls. So I'm probably going to do some pulls. That'll be another video, and then I'll finish the event off, hopefully. If we can make it, then hopefully I'll finish it off in another video after that. So I'll see you guys a bit later. Alright, all the best, guys. Good luck with your pulls, and catch you later. Bye. 3 times as much HP in the remaining 2,000 levels, I assume. Sorry, I'm looking after a dog. And come here, Lock. Come here. Up. Can you see? Yeah, look. This is Lock. Hey, buddy. Look at him. Look how cute he is. Hey, he's sniffing Zexion. Ugh, nasty.